So really quickly, I just want to share a blip of my dad's dream that he had a few days ago or last week or whatever it was, just recently though, and because I just talked to him, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, but so it was just right around the same time I'm getting all this lion stuff myself. So, well, more lion stuff. So his dream, the part with the lion, it was a female lion, he said, because I guess he said female, so he knows, a male one has a big mane and everything. Or it could have been a younger male one, but he said female, so he probably felt like it was a female. Because a lot of times in your dreams you're not down there inspecting the body parts to see, you just kind of get a knowing, so it looked like a female, I'm assuming, and then he said it was female, so he probably felt it in his spirit that it was female. And he said it was a lion, but it had kind of like stripes on its back, like not too defined, like I'm thinking it was probably like the same kind of color, but just stood out a little bit, because he was saying it wasn't like tiger stripes, but kind of like, I would assume like how a tabby cat kind of will come through different other breeds of cats. You'll see maybe a little bit of striping, real faint, and not really well defined and differentiated like the color. So it's kind of just, he could tell it was striped, but it was like faded. Okay, so I'm thinking, well, it probably just represents all the, the big cats. But I'll do some research on stripes, because I think I saw, if it wasn't a dream or what it was, but it I don't know if I got zebra in a dream or how, zebra medicine, or maybe the word, Zebulon, Weber, zebra, I think that's how I was phonetically. And then just shamanistically, then when I started looking up zebra, and just from looking at it, so I'm thinking, oh, black and white, each pattern is unique to each one, but it's the black and white unified together. And we see it on the outside, right, of what's going on the inside. So he said the lion was in a round, how he explained it to me seemed like an amphitheater that was like conical, kind of going up and out. He said like a football field, like a coliseum, but round. So I thought that, very interesting. And the lion was in the middle. Okay, she was down there, and then this like amphitheater all around her, going up and out, like perfectly round. Okay, like a coliseum would be, but round. So as he's explaining this, I'm already understanding, like, okay, this is the Lyron race, okay, the Elion, lion, and anything Ian at the end, like Egyptian, Phoenician, anything IAN, Ian, okay, Ian is a suffix, yes, but it's also a form of the word Elijah. So Elijah is Evo, John, Joaquin, Zosham, Ian, Yvonne, Ivan, all kinds of different names. It's all in English it's John, and the feminine in English would be Anna. And then that's Hannah and Johanna and all kinds of different for the feminine. Yvonne, Yvette, and it all comes from Eber or Ever, which is my last name, Weber, Weber, but it's a form of Eber. Okay, and they all come from Shem. Okay, now I'm getting off track, but so because we're going back to the roots, right? And the roots back even before the Hebrews, back even further before the Hebrews, Egyptians, all the ancient, right? We're going all the way back to before the first footsteps on this planet. Okay, we came from the stars, the star races. That's where we come from, the cosmos. Every element in the cosmic womb is what we're made up of, and that's why we can communicate with everything in infinity. Like I just got the word amnesty. Like I want like amnesty, but amnesty. Like God grants you amnesty, and that's how you astral travel and have dreams and vision, all these different things. So as we raise our vibration and purify more, we discover more and more of this stuff. It's just unlocking your subconscious and bringing it forward to the conscious mind. So that's all we're doing. That's remembering and waking up. It's just, filing through the door. Okay, single file, everyone, from subconscious. We're going into the conscious mind. We're, like going on a field trip. We're bringing all the shuffle, coordinating this, Exodus, really. Wow, that's what the Exodus God was giving me. Because this happens a lot to, whatever, God speaks through the computer, all different kinds of stuff. I had turned it off when I woke up in the morning to turn it on. The picture had changed. And you got to do a bunch of different clicks, and even then it wasn't in there. In order to do that, I would have had to pull the file from the desktop, put it in the file where you can choose pictures for when your screen falls, not the screensaver, but the background, the wallpaper, okay? So there's all these different clicks you'd have to do and blah, blah, blah. And my computer was off, so I turned it on in the morning, and so it has the Exodus thumbnail pic that I have on one of my videos. It changed from the one that I had on there, which was another thumbnail pic I had from the videos, the two hands. It was the more realistic, earthly looking one coming out of the water with like the city and all the different things on the hands. And that's like represents the seed opening up and terraforming and okay, but what was I saying? Oh, angels, bring it back to me. What was I just talking about? I lost it. I was getting too down in the details of the thumbnail. But the Exodus. Thank you, angels. So God was like, it wasn't by accident, that he said registry. Okay, and that was in Exodus, I think it was 32:32. I did a video on it, but so, and then I wake up. So this was, I believe, after I shared that. It was right around the same time. So it was just confirmation that I didn't just pick that thumbnail randomly. God was like, no, this is important, this Exodus thing. I was like, okay. Because when I saw that, it was like, I mean, it's not a cute little wallpaper. It just says Exodus Part 2. It's just, I use nice, like, galactic pictures or landscape pictures. I don't have anything with words or anything like that on there. So I would never pick that anyway. And then, like I said, you had to do a million different clicks, and my computer was off. So I know it was God. Okay, so anyway, back to the Lion, Elion, the Ian, IAN at the end of everything, because that's the ION, the ion, the lion, or the YON. And YON is like yon, like yoni. Yawn, like when you yawn and you open up. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about some things later. Bust out the dry erase board and talk about a number and a word, and just break it down and have some fun. But I wanted to share that part about my dad's dream and how it just confirmed everything God was giving me too. That, and think of the feline, feminine, that's fairies, the fae, the feline, the feminine. That's all the iron-rich magnetic, like on the elemental chart. Okay, iron, Fe. because it's the ferrous rich. So I don't think like Ferris Bueller. There's probably some Masonic stuff in there. Who knows? But but Ferris, like the Ferris wheel, I think, because it's they use magnets or somehow, however. But maybe because of the eddy brakes, I'm not sure. But anyway, and it's interesting. I have so many eddies in my family too. So yeah, the Lyrons are one of the founder races. And the Syrian, I'm thinking of, there's governing forces, okay? There's light, there's movement of sound through air, bringing all this form, terraforming. So you're terraforming Earth, you're taking God's, sacred essence in the ether, and you manifest it into form. So the Lyrons, they use sound, okay? Obviously, I mean, look at them. That's what they're built for. And very in tune with the feminine, okay? Because feline. And then the Syrians, I'm thinking like Spiri, like spiral. So I need to do the Lyrons. I'm really getting a lot coming in, and because my son's a double Leo and so I'm really in tune with that energy right now. But Syrian, we'll see how that flows in. I got a little bit with that dream where that big light, bluish light, came from the east, and I felt really huge standing on this like piece of rock, and I saw the earth, and then all of a sudden it was gone, and then there was something in front of me, like it looked kind of like Mars would look, kind of, I don't know, but a little bit of like stuff growing on the ground, but it just kind of looked red and like rocky, dirty. And I was about to step onto that, right, and then I woke up right before I did that. But I'd already talked about that dream and all kinds of stuff that was in there. But yeah, definitely, I have no question in my mind, no doubt whatsoever. Now I've gotten plenty of confirmation and trail of breadcrumbs and dreams, and I've had dreams myself with white lions, or I believe they were white tigers. A lot of white animal dreams, like a white wolf, but I remember one particular dream where it was like all white, the ground, it looked like all flat, and just sky behind, like not trees and all this stuff, just kind of like what it would look like at like White Sands, I guess. I never went out there when I lived in New Mexico, but I've seen pictures of it. And yeah, I was too sick, and it was hot, and my dad was just recovering from being sick the year before. Anyways, but there were white tigers, and then the ground was like white, and everything just like so bright and white. It was just like so etheric, and it was so quiet and peaceful and clean, and everything so smooth, and then the white tigers there. I think there was a couple of them, 2 or 3 of them or something. There might have been some white pyramids, I think. I can't remember, but I just remember everything was so white. And then come to find out, the pyramids, they actually used to be white. I remember a little blip in a dream when I was in New Mexico, like I was up against this wall, like trying to, I don't know what I was doing. It seemed like I was trying to pat it out, but I just remember kind of touching it, patting my hand on this wall that looked like it was made of white, like fire rock that wouldn't burn, and it had like these flames like flowing through it, like flowing up like water would flow, but going up because it's fire. And it didn't burn me, and it wasn't burning the brick or doing anything. It just kind of like passed through and couldn't burn anything, so it just kind of dissipated. So I just thought that was very interesting. I'm like, buildings made out of fire rock, which is fireproof rock, so the house would never burn. Like we use the stupidest. wood, right? Cutting down all the trees, which are all the recorders of time and our history. And anyway, our breath, oh man. Anyway, look how we build our houses, right? Running water and electricity through the same walls at the same time. It's just stupid. Matchbook houses. It's for the most part, most houses are built this way, and especially the more modern ones. You see the modern ones falling down before these old ass ones, like the one I'm living in, a Victorian home, because they're just built. You know, maybe it wasn't the most efficient and quickest way, but it's stronger and it lasts longer, and it, even if it's made of the same materials, just the way they did everything, they cut the trim of the windows thicker, so it didn't just start falling apart. Right? Anyway, y'all know what I'm saying. Everything's particle board nowadays and cheap and crap, and they want to sell you all the sawdust scraps and mix it with glue and form it into a new toilet seat. There you go, right? And then we just keep replacing stuff all the time because they're meant to fall apart. It's meant to keep you locked into consumerism. So, yeah. So don't be a trender. Or else you definitely will stay locked in that. I'm all about like even your clothes and stuff to not be trendy. You don't have to you buy things that will never go out of style because they're classic or they're just true to what your style is. So it doesn't matter what the trends are. And that's true with everything in your life that you have to buy. You don't need to be keeping up with the Joneses and trends and all that stuff. It's I just feel that energy coming because Christmas and everything, so it feels like I can just feel the energy in the air of people zipping around and the pressure on the men, and they get home and the woman's like, oh, that's not the right one, Johnny's not going to be happy, he wants the one he saw on the television, wah! And just like the little girl in Babe with the dollhouse. So yeah, like I went to go get some Lao soup the other day and there was a kid in there acting up, and anyway, I don't want to go off tangent, but it's just like, if your kid's hungry, he's probably 10 maybe. He's like a hyperactive boy, and he's hungry. He's like, go grab him some fries or something while you guys wait and order your Laotian food, which was really good. And dude, they had hella red hair. The little boy came in, and then she had her hair lighten a little bit so you could really see how much red was in it. And then he was a little baby, like 2 or something, real little. So, and his hair looked just like mine. Dark brown and then super red when the light hit it. And I was just like, I just felt this just vibe, family vibe. And I love smelling it's like the restaurant's only a few houses down. So it's like I can smell it in my neighborhood. Oh. And I said that, I'm like, oh, I don't mean the neighborhood. And then she smiled. I'm like, everything belongs to God. Nothing's mine. But as I was sitting there waiting, they had this little miniature gong. Like they had little decor, like that you'd see in a restaurant. Nice, pretty little like Asian things and whatever. They had this little miniature gong. And it kind of looked like a spaceship because it's rounded with a little knob and knobby part in the center. Like, so if you turned it, I was thinking flat Earth and the spaceships and all this stuff while I'm like sitting for a few minutes waiting for them to get my order together. And it had 6 pedals on it, so I'm like, oh. I'm like zoning out right in their restaurant and stuff. I had a golden statue, I believe it was Kuan Yin. It just felt good in there. But yeah, Agent Smith, that kid was acting up, and the parents like, you gotta sit down and be patient or we're just gonna go. And he's like, well, I'm hungry. And they just got up and went and and the dad's like, let's go. You want to go? Like, checked with the wife. Good man, right? Made sure, right, that, because he wanted to eat, I'm sure. Let the kid, you know what I mean? You can't enjoy your meal and then disrupting other people, right? That isn't right. And then that's disrespectful to be in someone's restaurant because that's like their house, which literally I think their house is in the back and their restaurant's in the front. So it's funny because I don't know how to act. I just stand and stare at people. And I was just watching the whole thing unfold like I'm watching a movie, and I'm just looking at the parents and I'm looking at the kid and I'm staring at the, and I don't know if I make people feel weird or not. I mean, I think they're probably assuming that it's just, everyone understands who's a parent, but man, boys can be tough. They got a lot of energy. They're different than girls. We have to not just be like, oh, they have ADD and they're this and they're that and all these labels and then put them on Adderall or all this stuff and then wonder why they have drug problems later and just throw all our men away. So anyway, so when the parents did that, I'm like, good parents, right? So, because some parents just like, I'll use your words and they'll just let kids just act however because they got to get stuff done, but then that's disrespectful because you're disturbing other people's experience. So I really approved of that. I thought I don't know if they went out to the car for a while and then came back in or whatever, but there's a lot of things you can learn there too. Like you're going to a Laotian restaurant, it's gonna probably take a little while to get your food. If you have a hungry young kid, especially a boy, and I know my little boy, when he's hungry, he's roaring. So, I'm gonna nickname him Rory. That's a great one. So, we can always take these opportunities as just like, instead of just, oppressing your child with, you have to be obedient and think of the situation like that whole thing could have been avoided, and now in the future maybe if they're gonna go to a restaurant, like get him a little thing of fries first or something just to like tide him over. So you guys as adults, as a couple and individuals who want to enjoy their own experience too, independent of being a parent, everyone can enjoy their experience. So excuse me. Yeah, so I think I'm done. That's 22, 27. All right, I love you guys. Peace and blessings.